So Jordan, we're a couple of days on now from the Ashton game. What are your reflections on that one? Have you now you've had a bit of time to think about it?
Yeah, I think everyone could see it was a tough one for us. We don't like to drop points at home, but the past 2 days we've gone over the footage with Fence and Shawsey and pick the bones, like they like to say, out of it, and it is frustrating. But we know teams might do that to us and sort of set up that defensive block, and we just need to find a way to beat that.
Yeah, it must be really valuable to get that experience really early in the season with a frustrating game like that, because that's the sort of thing that can stay in the memory bank for when you face that sort of challenge in the future.
Yeah, I wouldn't say we've had that at all this season until we played Shildon, and we played them and they sort of did a defensive block the same way that Ashton did. Obviously against Shildon we were able to find a way to beat that, which we weren't against Ashton, but both games giving us good practice at it to then hopefully if we come up against it again we should be better at it this time.
Obviously still unbeaten this season, we've won all but 2 of the games, so you must be feeling in a really positive shape going into Saturday's game.
Yeah, I think if you'd have asked anyone at the start of the season would we have taken, what is it, six wins, 2 draws, we would have said yeah. And like I say, it's still unbeaten, no one's beat us, and I don't think anyone's put more than 1 goal past us. So I think the mood in the camp is still a good one, and we're looking forward to Saturday as we are for every game.
So you're playing a couple of different shapes at the minute as well, sometimes 5 or 3 at the back and then sometimes 4 at the back as well. Do you feel really comfortable in all the formations that you're playing at the moment as well?
Yeah, we've done loads of work on the different formations in pre-season, and personally I feel comfortable in a 4 or in a 3, sort of playing a little bit higher. I know Blair's the same on the other side, and I think most of the lads are happy with whatever Fence and Shawsey decides best on the day.
Obviously yourself and Blair have been playing as the wing backs when you're playing that system. Blair's had quite a few goals so far this season.
Yeah.
Are you seeing that as a little bit of a challenge for yourself, maybe to try and challenge him for that sort of goal scoring?
Yeah, a little bit, yeah. Fence does want me to get a few more goals, but I've been happy with the assists that I can provide. I've got quite a few early on, especially for 2 of them to be for Blair, to have wing back to wing back combining has been brilliant. And if I can keep putting them on a plate for him and he can keep scoring, then I don't mind if he's getting them and I'll take the assist.
And the next challenge is Hyde United away on Saturday. We've played them quite a few times over the last few seasons. Obviously they're always a tough team to play against, and I guess you're expecting exactly that on Saturday.
Yeah, I remember, I think it was last season we went there, it was 0-0. It was a really good atmosphere, good crowd and that down there as well, and we know it's going to be tough. I think someone said the other day there's no easy games in this league, and all we can do is try and win the battle first, and then hopefully show the qualities that we've got that maybe we didn't show the other night.
They play on a 3G pitch. It's maybe a bit of a cliche to talk about the differences between a grass pitch and a 3G pitch, but you must feel really comfortable on that sort of surface after the Scarborough game and the fact you train so much on it as well.
Yeah, I mean we haven't really trained that much this year on it, but I think all those that watch the Scarborough game can see that we are comfortable on a pitch like that, and sometimes it is a little bit easier than a grass pitch in this league. Sometimes you don't have to judge a pitch, but I think with an AstroTurf pitch we'll be able to hopefully implement our passing and that style of play.
I see a lot of differences this season for the team. The full-time model, you're training most days of the week as well. A younger sort of squad as well. What's the sort of dynamics like at the minute within the squad, would you say?
You can tell it is very different. We've gone from having your Gary Browns, your Backers, Twinnies, Mesa, all them, to sort of swapping that for Will McGowan and Connor T, a lot of younger lads. So the dynamic in the group is slightly different, but I think that just gives, sort of, I know myself included, younger lads a chance to step up, be a bit more vocal and try and organise where possibly they would have done that last year instead of us.
It does seem to be a great team spirit among you as well. How important is that? Yeah,
I think personally this is the best team morale and team spirit I've ever been in. I think that's so important to when we've gone a goal down the other night, to stay together and get a goal back so quickly, and hopefully the team morale can show on the pitch with our togetherness.
There's lots of great little relationships as well between the camp. There's obviously we've had in the past, like Jason Gilchrist and Nathan Lowe. Yeah. Yourself and Miles seem to be quite a close bond at the minute in this squad as well. Is that fair to say?
Yeah. Well, I've lived with Miles now for almost 2 years coming up, so we do everything together on and off the pitch. So I think if we can have that great relationship off the pitch, and hopefully we can carry that on the pitch, then that'll only be a good thing for us.
Just touching on Miles, how much confidence have you got in him at the minute? Because he seems to be a really massive player for us this season so far.
Yeah, I mean, people can see from his performances so far this season, the game where he got the man of the match against FC, it's like a brick wall in net for us, and I know as soon as he catches it, he's trying to start counter-attacks with me and other lads who are trying to get forward, and you know, he's been brilliant, and hopefully he can continue that.
Also with the full-time training as well, give you a chance to work on improvements from games like Tuesday as well. Are you feeling that those sort of benefits already, that you've got that extra bit of time to really concentrate on putting things right?
Yeah, you spoke about the dynamic in the team. Obviously last season we had a sort of a hybrid model, so if we wanted to work on a team shape, we might not have been able to because those lads who were part-time would possibly not have been there for it. So for now being full-time, like today, we've had everyone in and we've looked at the shape and where we can be better and stuff like that. And that's where I think it massively helps us being full-time, and hopefully we can critique those little things and it'll show.
That's when you compare it to the sort of mini season that we had last season. We're getting a lot more fans at the games now as well.
Yeah.
You're allowed to get your families into the games as well. How much of a difference is that making for you as players?
Yeah, I don't think anyone knew sort of how the crowds would bounce back, or if it would be larger crowds or smaller crowds, but I think the crowds have been unbelievable. I think every game we're looking at like 1,800, and it's, especially for our level, it's a massive support, and you can hear them every game, you know, chanting in the shed at the end, and I think the whole squad would agree it is a massive lift for us.
The fact that your families can be there as well, I know you're quite close to your family, they come up quite often for the games as well. Does that give you that extra bit of motivation when you're looking at the sideline and you're seeing so many familiar faces like that?
It is, yeah. Obviously we've gone about probably a year without them being there, and my mum and dad, my grandparents absolutely love coming to the game. They'll drive up and drive straight back afterwards if they have to, because they do love it that much, and I think that's just credit to the rest of the Shields fans, because they make them feel so welcome. I said that when I first came to the club, and they're really glad to be back, yeah.
And clearly be a lot of fans going down to Hyde on Saturday as well. Obviously a lot of fans go to most away games as well, making them feel like home games in many cases. That must make a big difference when you're making these big journeys.
No, it is definitely. You know, you've seen other teams in this league possibly don't get the away support that they possibly like. So for us to then have the fact, look at Scarborough the other week, and it was a bank holiday, but we took so many down, and it really did feel almost like a home game because there was that many of them there.
Also on Saturday against Hyde, a real chance to maintain our place at the top of the table. What's the motivation like going into this one?
I think the motivation is just the same for every game. You know, we go into each game wanting to win. Obviously we got a draw the other night, so we are at the top of the table at the minute. We want to keep that lead as long as we possibly can, with Buxton having an FA Cup replay and Matlock being up there as well. So I just think, motivation same as always. Try and get another 3 points and try and put a good performance to go with it.
So just finally, we've spoken about the fans quite a lot, but what would you like to say to those who are going to make the journey on Saturday, and how important are they going to be?
Yeah, no, we thank them the same as ever. You know, we know they'll be there in large numbers. We know we'll hear them, and we know we'll have their full support. So, thank you in advance to them, and you know, I'm sure we'll hopefully put on a good display for them.